Hello everyone, let's start programming with AIMS. To start programming, we will need certain files which we will download from bazybrains.com. So let's go to download section on bazybrains.com and you will see the links here. Download the files which are required. So you can download this AIMS tech.z. It's better to create a new folder, importantly in D drive or E drive. Reason behind it, if you install any programming related drives in your root directory where your Windows or any other operating system is installed, you might lose if the system gets formatted. So to be on the safer side, it is always better to create a new folder in D drive and save the files over there. I have already created folder by name AIMS programming. I use short form AIMS Pro. You can use any name whichever you want. Save these files. Depending on your speed of internet, it will download and you have this file here. Just right click on it, extract it. So I'm just extracting it. Then you will find AIMS file folder again. If you open this, you will find two major zip files. One is AIMS tool and one is AIMS installer. We'll move ahead with AIMS installer. So first we need to install AIMS on our system. So I'll just install AIMS. For that I just extracted this. I'll go to setup.exe, click on that. It will start installation. It will show you screen like this. Go on clicking. You will find this screen. Yes, as I have already installed AIMS on my system for previous programming, it is showing me that DataDB file is already present and whether I want to keep it. So I'll just say yes. You might get this screen or you might not get this screen depending on whether you have tried the installation earlier. Again, another file was also present. So it has asked me whether I want to keep those files. Certain files, if they are present in the system, it will ask me whether to abort or ignore. You have to ignore the things. Now AIMS is already installed. I'll go back to the previous folder, that is AIMS tool wala folder. I'll extract this to AIMS tool. This is where I can start the programming. For AIMS programming, these files are necessary. You can see AIMS and you can see DataDB file. So for programming, you need aims.exe and datadb.mdb. These files, you already got it from website. If you're not able to download it from website, you can get it from your technical guide or the HR coordinator, or you can simply WhatsApp on 9004 198 893 and text AIMS technical files. You will get all the files. Now we'll start with the programming. If you click on this, it will get you the screen like this. You will have to log in. This has been pre-structured for better programming. Here, the programmer and the user, they come at the same place for the programming. So the user which is allowed for the programming is admin. So we'll log in with admin for easier access. There is no password as such. So just click enter and you can go ahead. Now you can see the screen where it is asking you for the license key. So you can click on cancel and update the license key which has been provided to you. Now in my case, I already have the keys with me. So I will just enter the key. Now every key has two aspects of it. Okay, I have to cancel on this so that I can get my keys. Okay, so yes, I'll open the file where I have saved my keys. You would have received one email from our side which has your name along with some digit. So yes, to update the key, I'll click on aims.exe once again, login. Because I had not opened my keys txt file, I have to redo this thing. So yes, again it has asked me to update the key. Till the time I don't update the key, it will not allow me the programming. As simple as that. So yes, here there are two parts in the keys. One is company name. In my case, I already have this key with me by company name, so I'm just going to update that one. In your case, it would be in your name or for the company which you will be working. Then the next part of the license key is this 30 digit or alphabet key, which is the main key. You have to update this one. As soon as you do this one, the screen gets closed. You need not to be scared of it. Re-log in. Now you are great to go for the programming. So we'll once again log in with admin. If you see, there are horizontal menus on the screen. So we'll see how to create those menus. So we'll go to setup, go to menu master. Menu master has two halves. So the inquiry register and master, which appear on horizontal, okay, those are written in the second half. You can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are actually the column numbers. So if I write, say something, we are going to do a programming. So let's have small student register. So I'll just have menu called student register. So I'll just type student register here. Try to keep the names of the menus as short as possible. So I'm just going to save. I can have n number of main menus here. Okay. Under this student register, I want to have the actual form. So I'll just have student list. I can have the same name also, not an issue. Student list. And the column position would be 2 and 0. And here I'll give you the form name. So I'll say student list and just save. Now AIMS has predefined structure where as soon as you create the menus and give the form name, it will create the database. You don't need to create any tables as such. So we'll just see what happened. What is the result here? So we'll just exit. Now log in. So if you can see, the student register has come. So I'll just log in with admin. As my screen is small one, I am not able to see the full form of student register, but it is still there. Depending on your screen size, it will appear. So admin, I can see my student list is disabled. As soon as I create a user menu name, I must give the access rights. So I'll go to user master, select admin and give the access rights. So I'll just click on save rights, exit and log in again. So I'll go to student master, click on student list. I'll see the blank screen. Now here I'll have to double click. Now I get a screen. This is the login screen for the programming. So I need to put my access code, that is 35388. That is my system's programming access code. For your system also there would be programming access code. You can contact us by email. There is 4-digit number which is linked to your system. I'll just show you once again. If you double click on the screen, it will ask you enter your access key for 8410. This 8410 is numeric 4-digit key which is linked to your processor. You will have to get the access code for this. There are many levels of security as far as AIMS is considered. So yes, this is one of them for the programmer's paradise. So I already remember my code. Now you will see the screen. We are great to go for the programming. This is normal screen where you do the programming. You can see A is written. This is for the label. This is for the text boxes. This is for drop down, the button, grid in the sense the tabular format where you can display the data. There is one special command which is special, and there are some additional command. As you go into programming, you will get to know. There are other videos also which are explaining certain features. So we'll just start with small module. So I'm just creating one small module of student list. So I just had one label, student list. You can have, sorry, I just need to specify the caption for the label, student list. Then I need to have the roll number. As roll number is text, I can change it from here. And this roll number I have to specify in the text. Okay. Whenever you write the names for the text, you have to change that FL103, FL123, whatever it comes on the screen, to the names what you like. So I'm just going to save this. So this is the text box. I just created the text box, but I want label also for that. So I'll just have one label. And in caption, as I want that caption to appear, I'll just have roll number. And I want student name. So I'm just creating the labels and few text boxes so that I can store the data. This entire thing is just in one screen. So I'm just creating this field, student name. I can change the width. Okay, few details about AIMS screen. This is your programming screen. Apart from this, you are not going to go anywhere for the programming. You can see name, caption, left, CMD1, CMD2, REM1, REM2. Name is the name of the field which appears on the screen. For labels, you don't need to change that one. For labels, we give the caption. Left and right is the position of the field if you are creating for your module. Command 1 is reserved for your AIMS commands. Command 2 is always reserved for the SQL statement. Whatever SQL statement you want to write, you will be writing in command 2 only. So we'll just create this thing and always use this save to save the module. We have two save buttons, update and save. You always use this save. Reason, update just saves the design of the form. The other save saves the design as well as the database structure. As far as database structure is considered, along with the form when you are creating, your database structure is being taken care by the system. Now, I'm just gonna need the mobile number of the student. So I'll have mobile number, created one label so that user easily understand this thing. So I'll just have this mobile number. So I just gave the mobile number as field name. So to keep it short, I'm just using this string. Now I need save button. We are just creating this small module for the practice purpose. You'll be given a sample application. Now there are certain commands for the command buttons. So if I want to save the data, I'll just write save command. So whatever that FL1061235 whatever it comes, I'll just write save next to that. And I'm done. I can use this. But while doing the programming, I know that roll number is digit and roll number is the one which I generally use to fetch the data. So I'll declare roll number as key field. So to declare a key field, it is very easy. Click on this 3 dots. Okay, but you will have to do this for the field which you want to declare as a key field. So I want to declare roll number as a key field. So I went to roll number. I'll click on this 3 dots. It has already come. So command 1, you can see this drop down. Click on that. You will find this list where you can select the type of the field. Now I want auto generic. I want key field incremented process. These are types. So I want key field incrementing. So it will go on incrementing on its own. Okay. As soon as I did this one, you will see that number 1. Now this module is ready with the 2 fields. I can start using. We'll just enter the data. As far as the validation are considered, there are validation commands which you can use like non-blank and all that. Data is saved and you can see that roll number has changed to from 1 to 2. Now when I save the data, I want to clear the data which I had saved earlier. So I'm going to use clear command 2. Okay, so I'm done and I want to show the data on the screen. So I'll just have one grid. Now as far as grid is considered, I can specify the width and width as much as I want, 60, 80, any. And here in the caption, first digit is always the height of the grid and followed by that separated by comma field width. Here I have 3 fields, so I'll give width for 3 fields. So 20, 30, 30. I gave that one. Clear? But still I'm not able to see the data, right? So I'll have to write SQL query for this. So in command 2, I need to write a SQL query. So why to write a SQL query when you have a SQL query generator? So I'll just use that one. I can see, once again I'll show you. Click on this SQL icon. We'll see the student list and I'll select roll number first. Then the field which I want to, student name and the mobile number. And if I want to order it by roll number, I'll just say order by val of roll number. The basic queries AIMS writes it on own, but main queries are written by the programmer. That's why the programmer are required. Still, my data is not coming, right? So yes, as I want the changes to be applicable in the live system, I have to tell the computer that refresh it forcefully. So in command 2, there is one command refresh force, which I will write in the